Hi Pisces, it's Majori here from the Punk Priestess, and happy Pisces season and happy birthday. I'm so excited that it's your season. It's been great, it's been lovely, and it's been very dreamy and imaginative. Of course, we wouldn't expect anything less. So we're going to get into your reading. And what I'd like to start off with here is a signifier. So this is just kind of the main energy happening for you. And then I have oracle cards and astrology cards we're going to pull in unison with tarot. Okay, so interesting start so far, and I'm pulling up clarifier here with an oracle deck. Okay, so I have here the Son of Cups, which is also known as the Knight of Cups upright, and then I have power. So I think this is a great, very obvious form of communication that tarot is expressing that, you know, your season, it's a powerful time. It's a powerful time for emotions. It's a powerful time for soul work, for connecting with your intuition. And if you are thinking about love, this is a great card to pull because this is kind of like the Prince Charming of the deck, or it could be considered the fuckboy card. So however you want to, you know, interpret this energy, but there's definitely a lot of power in communication when it comes to love. There's a lot of power in kind of going after your heart's desires. Even if you don't fully know in reality, if that's the case, it can just be like you're fantasizing about someone, or you have a crush on someone. It's very intense and you don't really know if they feel that same way about you, if it's mutual, but it's just like internally, you know, the fire is on, the heat is on, you're lusting after someone. It's a very lusty, lustful time. And there's a lot of power in just letting our imaginations and our dreams soar and just allowing ourselves to just enjoy a crush. Something as simple, something as innocent as a crush, like allowing ourselves the moment, the time, the energy to just enjoy and just imagine how a certain relationship would be like, or imagine how this person might be if you don't really know them that much, if you're just kind of lusting after them, you know, from afar. But, you know, it's just, this is the time of the year to do this. This is the only kind of moment we're going to have before more dominant earthy or fire energies kind of overpower this elusive, imaginative Pisces energy. So allow yourself to kind of escape in romanticism and the dream state of mind. And you will be kind of surprised at how powerful your intentions or how powerful your feelings about love or romance really are. So we like to see that. I'm going to pull a couple tarot cards here. All right, have some majors coming through. Okay, so this is what I have here. I have the Empress reversed. I have the Sun upright, which obvious because it is Pisces season. The Sun is in Pisces right now. And then I have the Nine of Wands reversed here. So let's start with this Emperor reversed. We don't really like to see the Emperor reversed. We don't like to see it reversed. So it's kind of hinting at us that when it does come to Taurus season, this is Venus energy right now, we kind of have to wait until spring for us to kind of tap into that. But with the Empress reversed, with Venus, Venus doesn't go into Pisces until the spring as well. So we have some time for that. Venus just went into Aquarius after a 4-month vacation in Capricorn. That was kind of wild. It just went into Aquarius on March 6th. So that's a recent transit. But with the Empress reverse, it is kind of telling you, you have permission to allow yourselves to be sensual. You have permission to allow yourself to dream about this energy, about this person, whoever it is, whoever they are. Allow yourself to just think about what a world, what a life might be with this energy, with this person. And, you know, is it rooted in reality? Most likely not. But it doesn't mean that you can't give power to your daydreams or intentions, because what it does do, what Pisces season is here for, is to really inspire us on how we want to live our lives once Aries season begins. Because Aries season is the beginning. This is the first sign. This is kind of like the beginning of the year, the zodiac year is, and Pisces is the ending. So it's like you got to kind of dream and think about how you want your new beginning, your future life to look like. And what better way to do that than to think about the type of relationship you want. Even if you are already in a relationship, like you're coupled, you're married, have a strong partnership, in a really strong relationship, it is still thinking about how is this relationship going to progress? What's the growth? How can we maintain love and respect for each other? And do you feel like you're being lusted after? Do you feel a sense of sensuality in your life? Or do you have to awaken that in your partnership, in your relationship, whatever it is? And maybe you kind of feel like, hey, I might need some attention. I might want to have my reality match my daydream when it comes to my relationships. And if it's not matching, like what is this imbalance? So take pride in the elements of your sign. Take pride in water. Take pride in soul work. Take pride in intuition and forces unseen. Because that's really the answer. And this is the work that you do. This is your best work. Your best work is the mystical. Your best work is the mystery and the fantasy that goes along with all of that. And don't deprive yourself of those gifts that you can so easily tap into and that are also literally your birthright. Like don't feel like it's not practical, it's not useful, because it's not. We know that. But every great idea, every, material, physical thing of manifestation that comes into our life is from the inception of a daydream and our intuition heralding that energy. The Nine of Wands is reversed here, which isn't too surprising when it comes to your season, because it's not really a time of a lot of action. It's not really a time of really instigating something new. It's like we can clean up behind the surface here, which is what a lot of this work is. It's like behind the scenes, what needs to be tied up, what needs to be contemplated upon, and what do you no longer want to carry into your new beginning, into Aries season when it starts. So it's really being mindful about what is worth your time and energy, is what isn't, what isn't, and what is keeping you away from your daydream. Are you working too much? Is there not enough balance? Do you feel uncreative? Do you feel uninspired? That's probably because you're putting so much emphasis and trying to push when it's really not a time. It's really not a season for you to push. So there's a lot of power in rest. There's a lot of power in rejuvenation and just kind of spending some time in an imagination vacation. And really thinking about, what's the possibility for your life? What if it looked like this? What if this person ended up, being in love with you too, and you went into this wild romance and traveled the world and got proposed to in front of the Eiffel Tower? This is a personal fantasy of mine, but but it is definitely, it's just, don't be so worried or fixated on the practical. Don't be so worried and fixated on trying to get things done and trying to move forth because we don't have any planets retrograde. It's okay. Just relax and focus on your season, your birthday, your energy, and what it is that you want to accomplish and manifest once we get into Aries season. All right, so I'm just going to pull here an oracle card in combination with each of these tarot cards. Okay, so what I pulled here is glitch, infinity mirror, and then far out. So let's start with the Empress reversed in combination with glitch. And I feel like right now it is a glitchy season. You know, we're underwater. You pulled this underwater, Pisces. So, you know, you're underwater. It's a glitch. It's just like, wow, I thought that, you know, once these planets started going direct again, once we kind of moved out of Capricorn, that was a little difficult. And we're now in Aquarius, most of these inner planets, that it was going to be go time. It was going to be like, all right, you know, now we can move forward. And then you're noticing there's a lot of glitches in trying to get from point A to point B. And this is because you need to reprioritize what is actually worth value for you. Like maybe what you were so fixated on and what was important to you last year or the past couple years, you're seeing it's actually not the primary focus you want to have for this year. And it's also, you know, really what you don't want to bring into or bring forth that energy into your new solar year. So it is like a lot of changes, a lot of glitches. You're like, wow, I was so fixated on my career and now that doesn't even matter to me anymore. And a lot of things to get you to point A to point B, like driving, because the gas prices are going up crazy. It's like insane. You know, that's kind of a barrier in you trying to focus on your work or career or get more money or have more tangible assets, because there's some glitches in the system for you and some roadblocks and some friction for you to get to where you want to be. Even when it comes to relationship growth, even if you're trying to conceive and you're having fertility issues, this can also come up with the Empress reversed as well. And you're just kind of saying that, you know, there's some glitches right now, and just taking those glitches as it's not the right time to pursue that path. Doesn't mean you stop trying. It just means you need to refocus your attention. And a lot of that focus that you need to like realign yourself with is this infinity mirror energy. You have to kind of look at yourself in the mirror. You have to face your truth. You have to face your shadow. You have to face the reality of who you are today, not who you were before COVID, not who you were a month ago, not who you were last year, you know, last birth year. This is a new version of you. So you're kind of probably faced with this duality and this energy of, well, I don't really want this anymore, but what do I want? And it could also be like, well, I want to go after these things, but it's just not working out. What can I focus on now that I have control of, that I can work through and capitalize on? And then we have far out, which is just another point that is just showing you that this Nine of Wands energy that's reversed is just so far out of reach right now. You really do not need to focus so heavily on action and trying to get things done during your season. Just relax. Focus on you. Focus on the inner you. What needs to change? You want something so badly, but you're not getting it for a reason. And why is that? Is your head stuck in the clouds? It could be. Maybe it's just like, you know what? I'm imagining myself in this relationship. It seems so great in my head, but in reality, I know who this person is. I know this person is never going to fulfill me the way I want them to. Or I know if this is the type of dream job I have where I want to live in this place, I know that it might not be completely unattainable, might be completely attainable right now. It's more unattainable than attainable. There is definitely this reality check that comes through, but it's also just making sure that you understand that you don't have to push at a time that is pushing against you. Allow yourself to just rest. Allow yourself to just sit with yourself. I know it's hard for you, Pisces, because you like to distract yourself with a lot of different things. It can be a lot of great things like art or music or, you know, meditation, spiritual enlightenment. But there's also this darker side where you distract yourself with drugs, alcohol, depression, or, you know, a lot of mental health things. So it can be self-isolating, but it's like you can't get the discouragement. You can't get the things that aren't working out. You know, you can't let that bring you down. You can't let that discourage your path. And you have to keep moving because, you know, just because it's not aligning right now doesn't mean that it's never going to align. Okay, so what I'm pulling here is Jupiter, which, you know, you're in Jupiter right now, Pisces. It's your time to shine in this planet. And before Neptune was discovered, Jupiter was your ruling planet. So you do really well in this energy. And for the majority of 2022, it is this transit of Jupiter in Pisces. So, you know, it's feeling really good. It's vibing. And then I have the afternoon as a time of day for you to think about utilizing more in your life. So with Jupiter, there's a lot of luck, you know, coming around. There's a lot of possibility. I don't really like to throw the word luck around very casually, but with you kind of having a lot of control this year with this major transit, it is going to benefit you, especially with Neptune as well in your home sign, to really do a lot of internal work and healing. That is the calling for for the year for you. But especially this month, especially your season, you're definitely really feeling this infinity mirror. You're seeing all the possibilities of yourself, of your life. You're turning, you know, the mirror inward as well. It's not just the outward expression of how you want your life to look like. It's how you internally want to show up for the life you want to have. So there's infinite possibilities of how your life can go. But think about, in the afternoon, how can you reclaim this time for yourself? Maybe this is when you take a break. Maybe this is when you're like, you know what, I get the afternoon slump. I need to have some coffee to rejuvenate. I need to maybe just stop working at 3, 4 p.m., 2 p.m. maybe. Be reckless. But maybe this is a time where you take a step back and you meditate and you reflect and you think about, okay, how am I presently showing up? What am I feeling? Or am I in some distant land and not really in the motion in reality right now? I'm just concentrated on my dream boyfriend. You know, it's totally fine. It happens because during Pisces season, time, you know, gets lost. We're all over the place. You know, we're in a daydream or some type of fantasy. We're using our imagination to kind of navigate the astral plane. There's so much happening and going on for you. So it really is just kind of, you know, checking in, being like, okay, what's going on? Where am I traveling with my thoughts, with my mind, you know? But with Jupiter here, it is going to be a great time for you to really, really take hold of this healing and really think about rest and just setting some time apart. Maybe it's in the afternoon. Maybe that's the time you set some time for rest, to just let things marinate, just figure out the flow, the ebbs of where you want to go once Aries season start, and you kind of have to be forced to step into the sign of one's energy. It's like when the universe is telling you to relax and it's not really giving you the momentum and the energy to do something, just take that blessing, just take that gift. And don't worry, the energy, the universe will push you when it wants to push you. But right now, it's like, don't push against the softness. Don't push against the ease and the tranquility that's around you. Step into it, embrace it, and have grace through it. So that is your spread for March. Bye.